Hey guys, it's Geordie here. Just wanted to show you a lure that I've been using on the salmon for a little while now, and I like using it at a very specific time, and that's usually when you see birds working around in an area and you've got a pretty good feeling that there's probably salmon around, but you're not seeing the schools on the surface hitting bait, so it's not exactly obvious where they are. So what you'll need for this lure is you'll need some leader. I'm just using some 50-pound fluorocarbon for this. You can use lighter leader if you like on lighter gear. Again, I'm just using it for this example. You'll also need obviously a hook. Now, very, very important, the type of hook that you're using for this. Now, I'm using the Archie hook from Owner in a 3/0 size. Now, the reason why it's so important to get the right hook is because if you look at the hook itself, there's no offset on it. You can see that the hook point runs parallel to the shank. It doesn't turn away from it at all. Now, the reason why that's so important is because when you're trolling a lure behind the boat with a single hook in it like that, that's not like a diving lure where it's got a very specific action. If you've got a hook with a offset in it, what that's going to do is that's going to make it spin through the water and it's not going to make it splash properly. So when you've got a hook like that, that's going to run through the water upright like this. And it's not, it might roll a little bit, but it's not going to just spin around like a hook with an offset would. So there's that, and the lure itself, which is just some Maccas straw. Some people like to go and buy tubing for it. My philosophy is, why would you go and buy tubing when you probably go to Maccas often enough to pull a straw out of a cup after you've had it? It doesn't cost you anything, literally, and you're getting a free feed out of it anyway, sort of thing, if you want to think of it like that. So what I do is I just cut it up into little pieces, about sort of 5 centimeters long, 2 inches or so. And the one straw for me has done 5 lures, literally. So all you do is you cut off a bit of leader. You don't need a lot because salmon aren't sort of like, they're not too rough. They're not going to run into snags or anything like that. They're not spiky or anything like that. So I've only got about 1/2 meter of this 50-pound fluorocarbon. I've tied the hook onto it. On the other end, I've got a loop because I'm going to be putting that onto a snap swivel on one of my snapper rods. But if you're using braid, you can just tie it directly to the braid because you won't have issues with line twist. So all you do is just you take the Maccas straw and you slide the leader up into it like that. And just slide it over the hook. There we go. And you just troll that behind the boat. And like I said, just put it out there. Go running around looking for the schools if you can. And you may find them on the surface, you may not. But if you've got a few of these out behind the boat, these can actually start to bring the school up a little bit because it starts putting a bit more commotion on the surface. That's not the boat. So yeah, these are a really, really good lure. Obviously they're pretty much free. It just costs you basically some leader and some hook. And I'll toss a few of them out behind the boat when I see the birds in the area and I'm driving around. The other good thing is because they're not like a slug or a plastic or something like that, you can drive around pretty quickly and just basically it's just going to pull through the water behind the boat. And then when you sort of slow down, they start to come back up and splash again. So it's been good. Good little lure. All the best, guys. If you don't know this lure, you do now. And hopefully you can get out there and catch a few fish on it. All the best.